Get ready for the news that is shaking the world. We start with editor's note from the Rover, where Justin Kahn and the author share incredible validation after being nominated for major awards, including the Best Community Broadcast category for Palestine on Campus and a Digital Publishing Award nomination for the mini-documentary. Discover why this indie journalism is fighting for its place and what it means for the future of the industry.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we turn to the football world as Fleetwood Town wraps up their season with a bang. We break down the end-of-season award winners, celebrating players like Ched Evans and Ronan Coughlin, and see who took home the top honors across the board to close out the 2025-26 campaign in true Fleetwood fashion. The action shifts to Wrexham, where the end-of-season awards reveal the winners after a historic campaign. We look at the list of victors, including Callum Doyle, who secured a double award, and see the incredible journey of the team, including the impact of players like Josh Windass and the recognition for their stellar performances. And finally, we head to Malta, where the football season concludes with the MFPA Awards. Find out who the top performers are, check out the nominees in the men's and women's Best Xi categories, and see who is vying for the prestigious Best Player Awards at the event in Villa Bologna. Don't miss the full rundown. Stay tuned right here. An independent journalism collective is confronting persistent criticism regarding its approach, asserting that its work is fundamentally different from mainstream media by prioritizing the interests of the community over profit. The group contends that traditional journalism often aligns with those in power, whereas their mission is to expose systemic inequities, document the impact of neoliberal policies on the poor, and champion community interests. The collective acknowledges that their progressive perspective sometimes leads to accusations of being activist journalism. They argue that criticism is often directed at this work when it challenges the status quo, suggesting that the pursuit of neutrality in Western journalism is often a political stance that inherently advocates for the dominant group. They critique the appearance of objectivity, explaining that this concept is often rooted in marketability concerns within capitalism, rather than genuine impartiality. To substantiate their claims, the group highlights its membership in the Canadian Association of Journalists, CAJ, and the submission of their work to annual CAJ awards. Recent successes include nominations for documentary journalism, Palestine on Campus, in the Best Community Broadcast category, marking a significant milestone for the team. Furthermore, Palestine on Campus received a nomination for a Digital Publishing Award for Best Online Video, mini-documentary. Other members have also received nominations for podcasts focusing on the housing crisis and deep dive reports on the Quebec justice system. The group emphasizes that these nominations serve as crucial validation, confirming their commitment to quality journalism despite ongoing challenges. They stress that their identity is deeply tied to their work, and they adhere to the CAJ ethics guidelines, which prioritize accuracy, fairness, transparency, accountability, independence, and diversity, explicitly excluding objectivity neutrality as a core principle. Looking ahead, the collective is focused on building further legitimacy by developing their own code of ethics and expanding their platforms, including the launch of a new YouTube show. The overarching goal remains to produce concrete evidence of quality work to counter delegitimizing narratives and assert their standing in the independent journalism landscape. Fleetwood Town concluded the 2025-26 season in style last night with a well-attended end-of-season awards ceremony held at Jim's Bar. Hundreds of fans, players, and staff gathered to celebrate the season following the team's 1-1 draw against MK Dons the previous day. The evening was a celebration of the season's achievements, featuring several notable award winners. Ronan Coughlin was recognized as the Fleetwood Town PFA Community Champion, following an impressive on-target effort yesterday. Key awards presented included Fleetwood Town SWANS Player of the Year, Ched Evans. Fleetwood Town sponsors Player of the Year, Ethan Ennis, sponsored by J.T. Bayan Funeral Directors. Fleetwood Town Official Supporters Club Player of the Year, Mark Helm. Fleetwood Town Players, Player, also sponsored by West Lancashire Group, was also awarded to Mark Helm. Other accolades went to Mark Helm, who received recognition as the Travelling Supporters Club Player of the Year, and Connor Hoy as the Young Player of the Year, sponsored by Evolution Construction. Ched Evans was also honored as the Fleetwood Town Player of the Year, sponsored by PHH Solicitors. The club extended gratitude to all sponsors for their contributions to the awards, and thanked the fans for their enthusiastic attendance and unwavering support throughout the campaign. Wrexham celebrated a historic end to their season by hosting their annual Player of the Year awards, recognizing the achievements of a squad that secured their highest-ever league finish in the championship. Finishing 7th, just 2 points shy of the playoffs after a draw with Middlesbrough on the final day, the Red Dragons concluded a campaign marked by significant milestones, including their best league finish in 43 years in the championship, reaching the FA Cup 5th round for the first time since 1997, and making it to the League Cup 4th round for the first time since 1978. The award ceremony highlighted several standout performances. Callum Doyle was crowned the Young Player of the Season, a unanimous choice after an excellent debut campaign. Doyle, a centre-back who made 39 appearances, including 29 consecutive starts, was also named to the championship team of the season. His success has drawn external attention, with Manchester City reportedly considering a buyback clause. Other key selections included Carl Rushworth as the goalkeeper, Milan van Uwijk and Tristan Krama as centre-backs, Josh Tymon as a left-back, Femi Aziz and Hayden Hackney in midfield, Matt Grimes, Sorba Thomas, and Haji Wright as midfielders and forwards, respectively. In the highly contested players, award voted on by teammates, Callum Doyle secured the accolade, recognized as the club's best technical player. Doyle expressed gratitude to his teammates, emphasizing that the award meant everything to him as it reflected the support he received from those he trained with. Meanwhile, Josh Windass emerged as the top goalscorer, netting 17 goals across all competitions. Windass was credited as the reluctant hero of the promotion push, demonstrating crucial form in the final playoff battle, including a stunning free kick against Middlesbrough on the final day. He also claimed the Player of the Season award, acknowledging the positive culture fostered by the manager. The event underscored a season filled with pride, despite the playoff disappointment, as Wrexham looked forward to potential summer interest in key players like Doyle. Malta's standout performers from the 2025-26 football season are set to be celebrated at the annual MFPA Awards, taking place at Villa Bologna in Attard on Monday. The final nominations have been announced following the conclusion of the voting process, which was open to all MFPA members. This year's awards ceremony marks a significant milestone, featuring a record 44 awards, bolstered by the introduction of 2 new categories: the MFPA Challenge League Best XI and the MFPA Best Challenge League Coach. These additions underscore the MFPA's commitment to elevating the profile of the Challenge League, the second tier of Maltese football. The structure of the awards has expanded, now including 3 Best XI awards. The Challenge League category joins the existing MFPA Best XI for both men and women, alongside other individual honors, and the MFPA will continue to honor former players or personalities who have made outstanding contributions to Maltese football. In the competitive Best XI categories, there are 22 finalists for both men's and women's teams. In the Premier League, Hamrun Spartans and Floriana lead the nominations with 5 each, followed by Valletta with 4. Emgar United, following a successful campaign that saw them win the league, knockout competition, and the Jubilee Cup in women's football, has the highest representation with 9 nominees. Hibernians have 5 finalists, and Swiki has 4. For the Challenge League, Baltson, who secured the title on the final day, boasts 6 nominees, with Berzabuga, St. Peter's, and Swiki each having 4. The finalists for the MFPA Best Player Awards in both men's and women's categories will be unveiled during the awards night, followed by the announcement of the winners. Last year's Best Player Awards were won by Alexander Satariano and Swiki United midfielder Shona Zamet. Furthermore, the finalists and winners for the MFPA Best Young Player Awards in both the men's and women's categories will also be announced. Last year's winners were Satariano and Hibernian's midfielder Nicole Saberas. Key nominees include H. Bonolo, Hamrun Spartans, and M. Debono Naxar for the men's Best Zai goalkeepers. In the men's Best Premier League coach category, T. Mikolev Valletta, D. Portella Floriana, and V. Potenza Marsixlock are nominated. The women's Best Zai features P. Arajo Swiki and G. Danchuono, Mgar United as goalkeepers. The MFPA Challenge League Best XI nominees include players from Bautzen, Berzabuga SB, Swiki, and others. The event will also recognize top amateur players, with L. Mijic M. Kaba, R. Montero Victoria Hotspurs, and P. N. Wankwo Addard nominated for Best Amateur League One, and Ronaldinho Dingley, R. Dali Kalkara, and G. Galia M. Dina Knights for Best Amateur League Two.